Jimmy Carter's death today, the 39th President of the United States, who has died at the age of 100, exemplifies the rare trajectory of a leader whose post office legacy far outshines his time in power. Like Theresa May in the UK, Carter's contributions after leaving office reshaped his public image from one of political struggle to moral and humanitarian triumph. Both figures serve as reminders that influence and respect can be cultivated even beyond the confines of elected office. And indeed, once freed from elected office, a person's genuine principles and genuine ability somehow shine. Carter's presidency from 1977 to 1981 was marked by significant challenges: spiraling inflation, the energy crisis, the Iranian hostage situation, which cast such a long shadow over the final months of his administration. And despite brokering the landmark Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt, his single term ended with a landslide defeat to Ronald Reagan, leaving him with one of the lowest approval ratings among modern presidents. Similarly, Theresa May's premiership from 2016 to 2019 was defined by the quagmire of Brexit, and her tenure was plagued by parliamentary gridlock, intra-party rebellion, the memory of her appalling tenure in the Home Office, and a perception of lackluster charisma culminating in her resignation in the middle of political turmoil. But there is redemption. Jimmy Carter, after leaving office, dedicated himself to humanitarian work through the Carter Center, which he founded in 1982, and his achievements include the eradication campaigns for guinea worm disease and river blindness, monitoring over 100 elections across Latin America, Asia, and Africa, diplomatic interventions in North Korea, in Haiti and Sudan, and the reception of the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002 for his tireless efforts in human rights and conflict resolution. Carter's humility and service are emblematic of his ethos, living simply in Plains, Georgia, and continuing to build homes for the poor with Habitat for Humanity well into his 90s. His faith-driven mantra, "Do whatever I can, whenever I can," resonates as a moral calling unmatched by most modern leaders. And though not as globally transformative, Theresa May's post office impact is striking in its principled clarity. As a backbencher, she's delivered powerful speeches on ethics in public life, sharply criticising Boris Johnson during the Partygate scandal. Her advocacy extends to global health and human rights, where she has found a renewed voice. Her declaration, "Either you believe in standards in public life or you don't," resonates as a rebuke to political expediency. And like Carter, she is carving out a legacy as a stateswoman of integrity. Who would have expected that? Who would have known that? Who would have anticipated that? And the same could have been said of Carter. I remember when Carter was defeated by Ronald Reagan. I remember that vividly. Both Carter and May underscore a critical lesson. The mark of a leader is not merely their time in power, but the values and the contributions they carry forward. Carter's enduring work in eradicating disease, in promoting peace, and advocating for the powerless parallels Theresa May's commitment to ethical governance and global issues. I hope that Theresa May, like David Miliband, perhaps, like Hillary Clinton, like Arlene Foster, like William Hague, a young conservative leader who struggled to gain traction and lost the 2001 general election, but he's now regarded as one of the UK's sharpest commentators and writers. Barack Obama, celebrated for his rhetoric, but he faced criticism over drone warfare, his failure to deliver on campaign promises, and yet post-election, post-office, he's become a cultural icon, authoring best-selling memoirs, fostering leadership through the Obama Foundation. Angela Merkel, while she kept a low profile, her legacy is increasingly appreciated as a calm, stabilizing force in global politics compared to her successors in Europe. Gordon Brown, another and are known for being dour and uncharismatic as a prime minister, especially during the financial crisis, but highly respected for his global advocacy on education and poverty reduction. And as the UN Special Envoy for Global Education, he's driven initiatives for children in conflict zones, and his interventions during the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted his expertise in economic recovery. Al Gore is another. I hope that Theresa May can follow the example of Jimmy Carter and find some sort of dignity post office, because Carter did, and Carter deserves the accolades and the tributes that are being paid to him tonight, not for his time as president, but for the incredibly valuable and humbling time that he has spent since being president, and the commitment that he has made because of the office that he once held. And he has excelled in life after being president.